All right, let's talk about setting a wealth goal. But what if I told you we've been thinking about it all wrong? I mean, when you hear wealth, what's the first thing that pops into your head? $1 million? 10 million? Well, for the next few minutes, we're going to challenge that idea and completely redefine what it really means to be wealthy.
For most of us, it's a number, right? A big, shiny number we see in our heads, maybe flashing on a bank statement. But what if chasing that number is like running a race on the wrong track? What if real wealth has absolutely nothing to do with a number at all?
So let's flip this on his head. True wealth isn't about what's in the bank. It's a feeling. It's this powerful state of being that comes from three key things: having a real sense of control over your life, feeling genuinely secure, and maybe most importantly, having the freedom of choice.
See, the real prize here isn't the pile of cash itself. It's the peace of mind that comes with it. It's the power to make decisions because you want to, not because you have to. Now that's the end game.
Okay, I know what you might be thinking. A feeling? That sounds great. But how do you build a goal around that? Well, this is where it gets really practical. It all comes down to a framework built on 4 simple but super powerful pillars.
Think of it like this. It all starts with income stability. That gives you the foundation to build up your savings power. With those two in place, you can develop conscious spending habits. And all of that together leads to the ultimate prize, freedom of choice. Let's dig into each one, okay?
First up, income. And right away we have to shift our thinking. This isn't about chasing the biggest salary possible. It's about stability. It's about getting to a point where you're not living paycheck to paycheck. You know that knot in your stomach at the end of the month? It's about getting rid of that.
Now, that stability is what lets you build the second pillar: savings. I like to think of this as your life's shock absorber. The goal is to build that cushion, maybe 3 to 6 months of expenses, so that when life inevitably throws a wrench in your plans, your first reaction isn't panic. It's, okay, I got this.
Next, we've got spending habits. This one's all about awareness. Let me ask you, are you telling your money where to go? Or do you get to the end of the month and wonder where it all went? This pillar is about moving from that confused feeling to being firmly in the driver's seat.
And all of this is what it's all for. Pillar 4, choice. This is the big payoff. When you have stable income, a savings cushion, and you're in control of your spending, you unlock real freedom. The freedom to design your life around what you truly desire, not just what your bank balance dictates.
All right, so that's the framework. That's the what. But now let's get to the how. How do you take this big idea and make it personal? Well, it's time to turn these feelings into actual words on a page.
Okay, I want you to pause for a second. Seriously, forget the spreadsheets, the budgets, all of it, and just ask yourself this one simple question. 1 year from today, how do you want to feel when you think about your money? What's that core emotion you're really after?
And look, this doesn't need to be some complicated, poetic mission statement. It could be something as simple and as powerful as this: I hope my future self is calm and confident when facing money. Just feel that for a second. It's not about a dollar amount, it's about a state of being.
So as you think about writing your own sentence, here are a few ground rules. First, don't overthink it. Just start with how you really feel right now. It doesn't have to be perfect. The only thing it needs to be is honest. Remember, this is just for you.
Now, this might be the most important part of this entire conversation. We've defined the goal, we have the framework, but now it's time to talk about doing, about the incredible power of just getting started. There's something almost magical that happens when you take an idea out of your head and physically write it down. It transforms. It stops being a vague thought just floating around in your brain, and it becomes a plan. It becomes real. It becomes a promise to yourself.
But what if you're thinking, I don't feel ready for this? I get it. It can seem huge. But I want you to let this sink in. Often, it's by starting that you get ready. You don't have to be ready to start. The action itself is what prepares you, not the other way around.
This whole journey, this entire shift in how you see your financial life, it all begins with one single step, one single sentence. So forget about tomorrow or next week. The only question left is, what will be the first sentence you write down today?